Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube Dinar Daily channel. If you're interested in the Iraqi Dinar or just curious about its potential, you're in the right place. What they're doing is selling US dollars to pay for and fund imports coming into Iraq. What they've done with this new transfer system is they've made back-end changes that are not visual. What they've done is transition so that they can allow their banks to do these international transfers. There's only so much they can do with banking reforms at this time, until the rate physically changes. Again, what they're doing is they're positioning the banks to do foreign transfers with the US dollars. Now instead of that money being sent directly from the central bank, it's being routed and sent from the local banks within Iraq. That prepares Iraq to be ready towards going international. Iraq's revenue for the first 10 months of 2025 is massive. Plus, there was a huge increase in bank deposits in 2024, and the country's gold reserves increased to become the third largest in the Middle East. TV talked about how we have now gone from the dollar auction to now transfers in our banks. No more auctions. These transfers are linked to international banks. No more being done by auctions of the CBI, but by this new system in our banks. This is fantastic because these are the preparations. We are linked to the world. Change is coming. The new reinforcement mechanism is doing what it's designed for. It's not the dollar auctions anymore. They call it the reinforcement mechanism. What are they doing? They're increasing their foreign currency reserves. They haven't passed a budget fully yet. We know it's in their hands. We know they're discussing it. I think they're really just waiting to find out what is going to happen to the oil market. With Trump coming into office and which players Iran, China, Russia, etc. move where, and how that's going to affect Iraq. For them to approve the oil and gas law is absolutely waiting for the rate to change. To very critical articles now saying they've magically reached an agreement on the oil and gas law within the month of January. Again, the oil and gas law has been pending and outstanding since 2005. I know what today is. I know that yesterday the parliament was supposed to finish the articles in the budget. I know that on the 7th, Sudani wanted everything done. If not, what he was going to do, an operational budget. Let's revisit this. Oil and gas law. Remember that this is a constitutional requirement. We have been told many times in articles that this referendum must be written and passed as part of the stability for Iraq, a guarantor of zeroing out crises. Parliamentary demands to legislate the oil and gas law. In the article, the Kurdistan National Union parliamentary bloc called on the federal government on Tuesday to expedite and send the oil and gas law to the House of Representatives for study and approval as quickly as possible. Why the urgency? Wow. The CBI is not selling money to the banks anymore. The banks must go get their money from other banks outside the country. Currency swaps, which is the essence of Forex. All the CBI is doing is watching this now, making sure it's legit. Eventually, the dinar will float in this basket, and Forex will look like a heartbeat. But all that goes to say the auctions have stopped. What you are seeing is foreign currency reinforcements, not an auction. The CBI has nothing to do with this money. It's between the two correspondent banks, and CBI is only auditing the transaction. Without the auctions, there is nothing manipulating and propping up the 1320 rate. So, what are they going to do? Raise the value. If Iraq is increasing her foreign reserves through correspondent banks, isn't that international trade? Yes, and that is why some are getting excited. In the fourth quarter of 2024, the Central Bank of Iraq reported steady growth in both bank deposits and cash credit across state and private banks. Article: Iraq's bank deposits reached $97.32 billion in 2024's fourth quarter. These figures highlight a positive trend in Iraq's banking sector, with increased confidence in both savings and lending activities across the country. The last time Trump was in office, we became the #1 exporter of energy, which affected oil prices and affected Iraq. With new U.S. administration coming into office, we're going to quickly see what kind of impact he has on Iraq and the oil market. All we can do is sit back and watch. If Iraq thinks it is going to go in the same direction as it did last time, and the value of oil per barrel goes down, which could hurt them big time, they won't carry on until they have something out on Forex. Let's not forget the importance of that because that's attached to WTO. I think that's an enormous indicator of where we're at. They've got to pull the plug. They've got to show that rate internationally on Forex even if they show 1310, which they won't because they'll implode economically. But they've got to put something up on that board. They've got to show the international world the currency. It's got to be up there. Soon I will be receiving, God willing, thousands and thousands of locations where you will be able to exchange. Not the ones where you call the US Treasury, where they tell you all the banks in America where you can exchange. Not that one. The one where the CBI is releasing thousands of banks all across the world. Those banks are going to collect the 30 notes. Things are looking good and there has been a lot of activity. Suddenly a lot of banking contacts have been checking in, which is exciting. I have had confirmations from banking contacts that I have known for years. They are telling me now to prepare for new rates. One of them said it looks like that thing you are expecting is happening by Saturday. New rates by or on Saturday. Stay calm though. Their banks are now handling all the currency exchanges from the region and around the world. Not just the dollar. They are exchanging dinar and the increased value is about to be seen by us. Is the dinar floating? It's floating in the parallel market in a direction that supports us. It was 1500 a few days ago in the parallel markets, which mean we are watching the dinar gain value in the free market. They are changing how auctions work and want us to know why. A friend says it could go on the 20th, and it would be a 3-day weekend. I was told a 3-day weekend is the easiest. I do have some bond contacts now saying their funds 1T release until the 21st after the inauguration. The banking side still believes it's earlier. There are still a number of banks expecting and being prepped for a rate between now and Saturday. I hope that happens. Groups have been silent for the last day or so. I believe it's very close and the yo-yo news means they are still doing their best to cloud the timing. What we do know is they are doing the preparations right now to make this happen. Have a great day. Goodbye.